So in today's video, I'm going to cover one topic, how to convey message properly while talking to others. Literally, a lot of people find a lot of difficulties when they are expressing something in English. Here, I'm specifically talking about English because when we talk in our mother tongue, we know this thing very well, how much to speak and when to speak and what to speak. We know this thing very well, but here specifically, I'm talking about how to convey your message effectively when you are having a conversation in English. Yeah, which is also going to help you to get to know about how much you need to speak and how you can convey your message. Most important thing, just need to consider all these points, very important if you want to improve your English and if you want to communicate with the another person effectively. You just consider them very important and start inculcating them in your day-to-day life. Most important thing. And whenever you're conveying your message, first thing that you need to make it, that is simplicity. You need to make it very simple so that the another person can understand it easily. Yeah, right now I'm creating this video. Here I'm not using unnecessary complex words, unnecessary fancy words. I don't want to make this video very complicated for those people who are not good at English, who are not good at all those fancy words and vocabularies. So I just want to make them to feel very comfortable to listen to this video and to watch this video. So if my voice, if my language, it is going to be simple, a lot of people can understand it, a lot of people can understand whatever I'm trying to tell you, whatever I'm trying to convey in this video. Yeah, so simplicity is the first and the most important thing that I always focus whenever I'm having a conversation with the another person. And whenever I create video, I always make sure that I'm going to be very simple. I'm just going to use simple words so that the another person is going to understand me well. And talking about the second thing which I consider quite helpful for me when I speak in English, that is clarity. So in the initial stage of this video, I told about you. So here I'm talking about how you can communicate to the another person effectively. So clearly I came to the point that, yeah, I have cleared to you that the first thing is simplicity and the second thing, that is clarity. And when you are speaking in English and or when you're conveying your message in English or in any other language, maybe in your mother tongue, when you're trying to speak something, you need to be very clear about it. First, you need to have certain clarity about it, and then you are going to express it, then you're going to convey it to another person. If you don't have the clarity about specific thing, you just need to restrain yourself towards it. First, make a good clarity over it, and then try to speak about it. It's gonna be foolish. It's gonna be useless if you don't have any kind of clarity about something and you are unnecessarily speaking about something. So first, make sure that you have a clarity about something, and then you are going to share it to another person, and then you are going to convey it to another person. So this is the first thing that I just want to tell you. Always make sure that first I'm going to make a good clarity over it, and then we'll convey that message to others. This is the second thing that I prioritize a lot, and I always make sure that whenever I'm having a conversation, first make a good clarity over it. If I don't have any kind of clarity over it, I'm not going to speak about it. I don't want to speak about it. I always try to restrain myself towards talking on that specific topic. First, I make a clarity and then I gonna talk about it. And clarity is something that makes you to be clear about your goals, about what you want to speak and what you don't want to speak. So clarity also plays an important role. Talking about the third thing, that is to the point, on to the point. For example, the same example I'm going to give it to you here. I'm talking about how you can communicate to the another person effectively. So here, point by point, I'm just pointing out to the point. The first one, simplicity. The second point, clarity, and the third point, to the point, on to the point. So here I'm just going on to the point, that I'm just expressing my stuff point to point. Yeah, I'm not beating about the bush. I'm not talking about any other thing. I'm just thinking about that I'm just going to convey this, I'm just going to talk about these points which can help you to communicate with people effectively. So I'm just coming up point to point. I was talking about the fifth thing that I consider quite helpful, that is taking necessary pauses. I can't even tell you how much is this important when you don't take necessary pauses. I feel like whenever I'm creating videos, I always make sure that I'm going to take necessary pauses so that it will help me to come up with few words, few good sentences, so that it is also going to help people to understand it better. So that's why taking necessary pauses is important. You don't need to sound like a native speaker. We are not native speaker, but whenever I speak in my mother tongue, I take necessary pauses. There is no rush. The another person asked you some question just because the another person wants to listen to you. The another person wants to listen to your answer. So just by taking necessary pauses, you are just making yourself to get refreshed. You're just taking one breathe, and afterwards you're just explaining things in an effective way. And taking pauses is one of the most important thing that I consider, and this is amazing. You just need to take necessary pauses so that you will sound good, and after taking small pause you will also get few ideas in your mind. And this thing happens to me a lot. Whenever I take small pause, I start getting few more ideas in my mind, and I feel like, okay, I just need to speak it in that way. So this is the thing, that taking necessary pauses is also one of the most important things when you are having a conversation with another person. So these are the things that I wanted to share with you all. If you start working over these things before having conversation with a person in English, literally these are the things which are going to help you. If you consider them quite helpful, and if you start inculcating all these things in your day-to-day life, which will definitely going to bring you huge result.